Alright, guys, welcome to your Aew Dynamite review, Chris Jericho's 30-year anniversary edition. We had like 5 matches on the show. I'm going to leave the dog collar match for the last part because I'm gonna go rant on it. So you had this show that celebrating Chris Jericho. And we might as well start with that. But the show started off with AEW superstars. They were, thanking Chris Jericho, their favorite moments and stuff like that. And so that's how it started. But later, the main event was Chris Jericho and Jake Hager versus Dr. Luther and Serpentico. You had during the night, you had like people like Shaquille O'Neal, Impact's Don Callis. You had Ultimo Dragon, Lance Storm, Chavo Guerrero. You had Bully Ray. You had a wrestler from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Congratulating Chris Jericho. This may be New Japan Pro Wrestling. Like they're doing business together now, maybe. So they were congratulating him throughout the night, and the main event. So that happened, and obviously this match it main evented because it was Chris Jericho's night. But honestly, obviously any other night you would have had the dog collar match main event because that was fucking great. But this match, lackluster. But you didn't expect anything from it. You knew it was gonna suck, so you had no expectation. So, they did it 30 years in the making. It was like Chris Jericho's first feud ever in the wrestling business. And, so that was that. And then, you had Chris Jericho get the W. His music played. He started to speak on the mic, but then MJF came out with Wardlow. They came out with somebody who was wrapped in like a fucking cloth to do a reveal, and so MJF revealed it to be a clown. The clown had something in his hand, but MJF said, before you open it, next week on the AEW Dynamite, the anniversary show, I will be making a career-altering decision. So that's probably him joining the Inner Circle. So Chris Jericho opens it. It's a portrait of MJF, and Chris Jericho looked pissed. He hit the clown with it, and he's like, Chris Jericho's like, don't ever interrupt me. You know I hate clowns. And he sounded very serious. Then they both started laughing, and then they were like, Chris Jericho was talking like, thank you guys for coming out, and I'll see you guys later. Then they had the AEW superstars come out. The roster come out, and then you had credits, the rolling credits, and everything was Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho was the lighting guy. Chris Jericho was this. Chris Jericho was that. So that was hilarious. That was funny. But the show really started off with Will Hobbs versus Brian Cage for the FTW Championship. Will Hobbs impressed. It was a good match. He looked good. Taz was on commentary with Ricky Starks, but obviously Brian Cage needed the W, and so he won. And so with that, after the match, Taz and Ricky Starks were heading to the ring. They're like, Taz was like, whoa, before you guys beat up Will Hobbs, he needs to make a decision. You either join us, Team Taz, because you impressed, or you're going to get your ass beat. And before he could answer, Darby Allin came to the rescue. And so that was that. Then you had FTR versus Angelico and Jack Evans, TH2, I believe. And these matches tonight, the vibe, the crowd isn't loud enough. They need to pump up the volume, because I understand they have limited people, but it's destroying the show, honestly. But so you had that, and FTR, obviously they got the W. The Brush of Greatness, they're still champion. champions, and so you know why that this match happened, because FTRs are their heels and they want to beat easy people, tag teams. So then you had a picture of FTR on the Titantron, and it was them as hot dogs because for weenies. And then you had Best Friends come out, and they did their shtick, and then they were like, next week FTR versus Best Friends for the titles. So that's set for next week. So next week is looking really good. Then you had Big Swole versus Serena Deeb. Obviously Serena Deeb has been booked as a jobber, so Big Swole won, but you don't really give a fuck. Oh, and then after the FTR match, the Young Bucks were watching backstage, and they super kicked the cameraman, and they left money for a fine. So there you go. And then now you had the this match was like the third one. It took about probably 30 minutes or more. Dog collar match. You had Greg the Hammer Valentine on commentary. Not on commentary. He was in the crowd. Because I think he was also in a dog collar match, so he knows what it's like. And so that was a nice touch. The match was absolutely fantastic, great. There was a lot of blood. It was brutal. John Silver started to bleed. Then it was Cody. Then it was Brody Lee. But actually, Brody Lee bled more than Cody Rhodes. So that was interesting. Obviously, as you see, Cody Rhodes is the new TNT champion. Now, look, let's be honest. Cody dropped the title to begin with because he needed to go film a new show. And Brody Lee's title reign hasn't been all that. So it's going to be great to see open challenges again on TV every week. So you know what it is to be like, whoa, what are we going to get this week? I was shocked by the outcome, I'll be honest. My only complaints would be like, they're doing hot potato with the titles. But whatever, it was a shock. But you have these people on social media, they're like, with the new excuse, along with AEW taking shots and AEW signing former WWE talent, it's now, oh, Cody, he booked himself to win. Oh my god. That's the complaint. They're comparing it to Triple H and Jeff Jarrett. Bro, first of all, why the fuck shouldn't Cody be winning? Why? Why not? He's like, what, 34, 35? He's still in his prime. He's great talent. He's a great wrestler. He's great on the mic. He's probably one of the most criminally underused, undervalued talent in WWE history, man. I mean, Jesus Christ. Why? What they did absolutely nothing with him, right? Whatever, he did everything that was asked for him, and he knocked it out of the park. Whether it was Stardust, Dashing Cody, or the broken face Cody, or Cody with a mustache. He fucking did these things, and they treated him like shit. So why shouldn't he get his dues? And I hope that when he's a heel, and he reverses his decision that he can't fight for the world title. I hope he does that, and I hope he wins because he deserves it. He's a great talent. Who gives a shit? Jeff Jarrett was like in his late 40s. Triple H is not even a full wrestler. He's not even an active wrestler anymore. What is the comparison? Cody is still an active full-time wrestler. So enough with the propaganda, enough with the bullshit. Stop crying, get over it. He's an active wrestler still, so get over it, guys. Get over it. Cody is great. I don't give a shit. Cody is great talent. Even with his lisp, he's a great talker. Enough already. I mean, the crying is ridiculous, honestly. There's no need to be crying about this because he booked his matches. You're just making excuses to complain. So yeah, that was the AEW Dynamite review. Thank you, Chris Jericho, for 30 years, legendary career, and congratulations, Cody, you're the new TNT champion. So if you guys liked what you see, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and I'll see